There are 5 simple ways to get yourself started investing in real estate. Let's dig into those. So, number one, obviously, is owning rental properties. It's a great opportunity for yourself if you like doing some DIY renovations of yourself. You can manage the property by yourself. You don't necessarily have to have a management company. And you can see a regular return on your investment every month. And then, of course, the long-term portion of the investment as you gain equity in the property. It can provide regular income streams. It can maximize your capital leverage and give you some tax deductions. Some of the cons for that, obviously, are dealing with tenants that could be problematic. That could be a problem. Here in California, I'm sorry to say, but this is not a state which is friendly towards landlords. The tenants have all the rights. So you can obviously, the tenants can damage your property, which can cost you money down the road, or place you into a situation where you have to try to get money back legally. And then, if the house becomes vacant, you could be losing money while you're trying to get it filled again. But number one is rental properties. Another option is a real estate investment group. And it's kind of designed for people who want to invest in real estate and have rentals, but don't necessarily want to have the hassles of running it. So you're going to have some access to funding and a little bit of capital to get in on this. Think of these things as like small mutual funds that are investing in rental properties. A company will go in and build an apartment complex and then or a set of condos and then start looking for investors to join them so that they can expand their position. The company's operating investment group generally collects all the money and handles all of the issues with the tenants and the properties itself. The rent pool is guarded against having those occasional vacancies. So some of the pros on this side are, that it's more hands-off of owning of rentals, and it can provide income and appreciation. The risks, obviously, vacancy risks are still there because you are dealing with a rental property, and there are fees associated with being involved with these things, like there are fees with a mutual fund, and of course, if probably the biggest con is, you could be susceptible to an unscrupulous manager of the fund. The third idea or way to get involved in investing is house flipping. And like you, I love watching those house flipping shows on HGTV, but it just ain't all that. It just isn't that easy. All right, there's a lot involved, and you really need to know the market. If you're going to get into this, you got to know the market intimately, because you're really getting into the. If you look at it from the stock market perspective, it's not a buy and hold and wait for it to grow kind of process. This is like day trading. So, you're looking for where you can turn the biggest profit, and there's a lot of evaluation that goes on there. Then you have to be able to obviously turn the property fast enough and get your return quickly. The longer you hold on to a property, the more you're cutting into your profits. So the pros up there, it it ties up capital for a shorter period of time. Again, so you're not investing in the long term, and it's going to offer you quicker returns. Again, the cons are you really got to be intimate in the market, and you got to know the market, because the other con of that is, we all know what happens. The market can go cool real fast. So the fourth idea is to get yourself invested in a real estate investment trust. Essentially, what you're looking at here is buying real estate stock. So the company or the real estate investment trust is created when a corporation or a trust uses investors' money to operate its income properties. And they're bought and sold like any other stock on an exchange. So you're essentially buying into a regular dividend-paying stock that gets sold and moved around on a daily basis on the stock market. So there's two different types there. There's an equity real estate investment trust that own buildings and mortgages, and then there's the mortgage-backed security ones that offer, some exposures in different ways to the banking side of it. But you're usually talking about some commercial real estate, like mini malls and other things like that, that are involved with these real estate investment trusts. The pros on this are essentially, like I said, it's a stock or a dividend-paying stock, and they're kind of more long-term and not a fast-action cash return kind of investment. So the con side of that is it's obviously your ownership in real estate is not as tangible, and you're not getting that quick daily or regular return. So the fifth option for investing in real estate is online real estate platforms, or what is called real estate crowdfunding. Essentially, you can invest in real estate ownership without the large capital commitment, and there's a number of different online platforms you can go to invest in projects that real estate developers are trying to put together. So you can diversify your investments pretty heavily here without as much money as some of the other investment ideas. The pros, again, so you can invest in multiple or single projects, and you can have some geographic diversification, so it doesn't have to be necessarily right in your local area. The cons to that is that the money tends to be tied up for quite a while as the property is developed and then built and then leased before you start seeing any kind of returns. And again, this one also does tend to have management fees involved. If you're interested in buying real estate for house flipping or rental property, you want to get involved in purchasing commercial properties or apartment complexes, give me a call. Let's sit down, talk about what your investment goals are and how we can make them work together to give you the returns that you're after. I look forward to hearing from you, and till then, God bless.